I know you deal with a lot of large private organizations, and I think it's really interesting for us to point out that those nimble organizations like the federal government, including Medicare and the TRICARE program, has been able to capture at least the essence of the idea of VBID and clinical nuance moving forward. The Medicare story is quite interesting, since neither of us are really trained in public policy in the political space. So your audience might know that there is an element of value-based insurance design included now in the Affordable Care Act, which I like to say you could edit this out, will still exist in some fashion when this is ultimately produced. This is Section 2713, which requires all non-grandfathered commercial plans to cover evidence-based, high-value primary preventive services with zero cost share. So this includes those colonoscopies over the age of 50, so the nuance part, mammograms over the age of 40, counselings for obesity and depression, screening tests for Hep C and HIV and hyperlipidemia. There's now over 80 mandated evidence-based services that must be required first dollar. A very, very popular aspect of the Affordable Care Act across all ideologies in Republican and political parties. So then you have these primary preventive services, which you know, Dennis, only make up about 3% of spend. What about chronic conditions, which is our focus collectively for many years, and that's where the quality improvements are most, in my opinion, as the opportunity to be more efficient. It turns out that when Medicare was passed in 1965, there were issues of ageism, sexism, and racism in this country. And what I've been told by our one-time Congressman John Dingell, who was there and shepherded Medicare through Congress in 1965, is that the anti-discrimination clause, which means that every Medicare beneficiary had to have the exact same benefit design, was a fundamental pillar that got the Medicare law passed over 50 years ago. So as your audience is listening, well, everyone has the same plan. That's the exact opposite of clinical nuance and VBID, which is. And for the clinicians and anyone who's dealing with the practice of American medicine understands that we treat every patient differently. And with my fellow Scrantonian, Joe Biden's cancer moonshot about to take place in 2017, the idea of precision medicine will go another level. So I like to steal a line from a colleague of mine. We have Star Wars medicine with Flintstone's delivery system. And I think that I went to CMS saying, we treat all these patients so differently. And the example I like to use is I push my diabetic patients to go to the eye doctor every year. I don't push my non-diabetic patients to go to the eye doctor that hard. They can go every 2 years or every 3 years, depending on how their vision is. And it turns out the anti-discrimination clause says I either have to make eye exams low cost for everyone or high cost for everyone, and the diabetics are left out. And as our close colleague and now Secretary of Health Karen Murphy knows, I knocked on doors. I begged every constituency I could find, and ultimately had a bipartisan bill introduced to the U.S. Congress to allow a Medicare Advantage demonstration to include value-based insurance design. We had a bipartisan bill passed the House of Representatives in the summer of 2015. And lo and behold, our colleagues at CMMI said this idea is good enough and has support enough that they will launch a demonstration initially in 7 states and in 8 chronic diseases. So it had to be nuanced in that regard. And thanks to Secretary Murphy's leadership and the strong support of Governor Wolf, who convened a large number of healthcare leaders in Harrisburg to talk about this among many issues, that, as you said, of the 9 health plans that are launching VBID demonstrations in January 1, 2017, 5 are from the great state of Pennsylvania. So we are very, very pleased to see this rolling out, at least as we sit here today on tape in December 2016, and just 2 short weeks away. That's very exciting. Yeah, so it's very important to point out that from the very beginning of advocating for this demonstration, that there was an evaluation component. And again, as you listen, the audience, I'm not sure what's going to happen, but the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Innovation, CMMI, one of the key components of this segment of CMS is not only to launch demonstrations, but part of their mandate is to evaluate them. So there is a very formal evaluation of the demo. I believe that any of the plans that have been selected will do their own individual evaluations and self-assess how they're doing and tweak them during the 5 years of demonstration. But I think this is a very strong aspect of this and most of the CMMI demonstrations, that there was funding right from the get-go to do rigorous independent evaluations.